Hi guys, today we're going to be making some porridge, um, and the porridge that we'll be making is bulgur with oat, quick oat that is. So let's get into it. And the first thing I did was to measure out half a cup of um, bulgur wheat, and then we're going to be washing it and then soak it. Some people might soak it longer, but I'm just going to soak it for half an hour because that's what I usually do, and it turns out fine anyway. Here I placed it in a sieve or a strainer as we would call it in Jamaica. So I'm going to wash it. It's easier for me to wash through the sieve, but if you want to wash it in something else, that's also fine. After it's washed and I start to soak it, I'm going to show it to you. Okay, so now we're soaking our bulgur. As you can tell, my fingers are clean, so I can put it in there. It's down here, and the water is up here, so you don't need a lot of water, depending on how long you plan to soak it. Like I said, I'm soaking it for half an hour, but you can soak it longer, and I would advise you put more water that time because the volume, it will increase in volume the longer you soak it. Alright? In case you want to know which brand bulgur I use, and let me say, this is not a branded commercial, but this is the brand bulgur I use. These are the spices I'll be using. Again, not a branded commercial. Alright guys, so here are the spices and the oats that I use. Again, this is not a branded commercial, so yes, use whatever oats or spices you'd like, but for me, these work best. You'll notice I have some pink Himalayan salt. The reason being I don't use the regular sea salt. It's because I like to know that my children are getting the best. This has over 84 essential minerals, and we all know it is important that our bodies or our body receive the right minerals. Guys, I'll be adding some cornmeal to thicken the porridge a little bit, or to help thicken it a little bit. The bulgur will get thick, but you want to make it just the right consistency, and something to also help hold the children, or if it's for you to hold you. If it's too thin, then it's not going. You're going to get hungry shortly after you eat. So yes, something nutritious and also something that is filling. In terms of the sugar, it depends on the amount of porridge. You'll have to judge that to know how much sweetness or how sweet you would want your porridge to be. In terms of the milk, I use almond milk. Can't use dairy because my children do not work well with the dairy. So I use almond milk as the cream. You can also use coconut milk. I do not have any today, so yeah, I use almond milk, which is the next best thing. Alright, so we're going to be adding all the ingredients and then we blend them. So the oats, the bulgur, the spices, all of those, you're going to be adding those and then blend it. So you put your 1 cup of oats, or however much you do the measurement. I'm making a really big pot to serve my 2 boys for the day. So yes, in terms of the size pot, let me see if I can show it to you. This pot is about 6 or 7 inches deep. So yes, like I said, I use half a cup of bulgur, 1 cup of oat, and sometimes I like to put in a finger or two of green bananas, just to make it a little thicker and for added nutrients. So we're going to move on to the blending. Sorry, but I had to come back to this. Alright, so for this package, as you can see, the net weight is 225 gram. This serves me, using it every day, this would serve me for the entire month. But if you have a smaller family, I mainly use it for my children, and sometimes if I'm doing like an egg or two for myself and my husband, I'll put a little bit on it. So yes, we're going to be putting like half teaspoon of the salt, and then you can put your measurements when it comes on to the spices. I just go with whatever feeling I have. I don't really measure it. So depending on how much spice you like in your porridge, you can go ahead and add that. Alright, half a cup of cornmeal, and then your spices. after you soak the bulgur and you add all the spices and stuff to the blender, and yes, you can put all of these into the blender. You're going to blend it until it's as smooth as you can get it, and then put it into the pot to boil with enough water, because it will get thick, so you have to watch it and constantly stir. I'll show you as the stirring process continues. Rather, I'll show you after I blend it and add it to the pot. Alright guys, so as you can see, it doesn't look like much right now, but trust and believe, it will get thick as the, or thicker as the water or the porridge boils. Right now, I just put it on so you won't see that. So after you blend it, you put it in the pot and you turn it on. The heat you can manage. I try to stir it every minute so that it does not stick to the bottom of the pot, and it stays lump free. In terms of what the bulgur looks like, you won't be able to get all the grains blended properly, especially if you don't have one of those blenders that is high powered also. Alright guys, so this is the consistency that I like, or the thickness that I like to give my boys. Again, this is bulgur with oats and cornmeal blended with your spices and all, and then put to boil. This is the consistency that I like. Right now I'm cooling it so they can get it. One age is 3 and the other is 19 months. So yes, they're still little babies. So I highly recommend. Again, this is bulgur, oats and cornmeal. My boys are not chewing food yet, so I try to give them something that will not only hold them, but is nutritious. So yes, you can prepare it, give it to your little ones, and trust me, it's something that they will enjoy. When I was growing up, I did not like bulgur because maybe the way they prepared it, I did not like it. So I tried to mix it with other things, and prepare it in a way that I know not only myself but also my children will enjoy.